This is you, Mary Saratha from first year MSc Nursing. Today I am going to deal with the topic of instruction strategies from Nursing Education Department. And coming to the introduction, in teaching learning process, there are some instruction strategies. Instruction strategies means in teaching learning process, there are some strategies. Strategies means these are the plans of action designed to achieve a long-term goals. These strategies we can see usually we will follow in the institutions or in the schools or in universities. There we can follow the instruction strategies. Under these instruction strategies, they are lecture method, discussion method, demonstration method, simulation method, laboratory, seminar, panel, symposium, etc. Today we are going to deal with the topic of lecture method of lecture method of instruction. In a lecture method of instruction, this is the oldest method of instruction, which is based on the physiology of the idealism and idealism. Lecturing is the most common strategy in adult educations, where the teacher transmits the information to a number of students, with the teacher doing most of the talking and the students mainly listening or writing. In this method, a teacher is more active while students are passive listeners. In this type of lecture method, the teacher is more active and the students are passive listeners, because the continuously giving on lecture means the students will play a passive role and the teacher will be only the active role. She plays the very active role in this type of lecture method. Coming to the definitions of lecture method, according to Jaspreet Kaur, lecture method is the teaching procedure comprising the presentation of content, clarification of doubts, and explanation of the facts, principles, and relationships. The lecture is defined as the method of instruction in which the instructors as fully responsible for presenting facts and principles orally. And according to the James Michael Lee, lecture is a pedagogical method whereby the teacher formally delivers a carefully planned expository address on some particular topic. Then coming to the purposes of lecture method, now we'll see the purposes of lecture method. What are the purposes means to include it provides the structured knowledge in the students. That means the teacher will gather more information from the different sources. For example, she gathered information from the different types of textbooks and from journals and from different fields. She gathers information and she synthesizes that information and she will deliver it to the students in the classroom. And it is very difficult for the students. Why she gathers information in this type of lecture method means it is difficult for the students to locate the information from all the sources, and also it is very difficult for the students to verify the textbooks and all. And in this method of lecture method, and the teacher will give the different references, also the textbook references, and also that the students will they will gain the information from different areas of the fields or different areas of the learning. And as teacher alone cannot satisfy the knowledge requirement of the students, and so for that reason she will give the textbook references, and also the students will after the class they can gather that information from the different books and references. And also it is also very useful to arouse the students interest in a subject. And while giving the lecture means following this lecture method, teacher can orient the students to a subject by explaining the need for studying it. And what are the while giving lecture, and the teacher also will provide the information about the importance of the topic, and what are how the ways how they have to write in the examinations, and how they have to appear in the university examinations and all. She can teach in the lecture method, and so that the students will be motivated and they can easily understand naturally. and also it is very useful to introduce students in a new areas of learning, because so many innovations are taking place in the present situations in the institutions and all, and so many new advancements and so many new technologies are introducing in the diagnosis and in the treatment and nursing managements of the different disease conditions. So this through this lecture method, the teacher will introduce new areas of learning areas to the students, so that they can gain more knowledge in the advanced technology and in the advanced methods of education. And also it is the lecture method is very useful for the students to clarify their doubts and different concepts and everything. In this lecture method, the teacher can clarify the doubts of the students, and um, so that she has to clarify their doubts with the examples, and with the clear concepts also she has to clarify the doubts. And also it is a very useful to assist in preparing the students for discussion. And also she gives the chance she the teacher gives the chances in the lecture method for different types of discussion also, and for the topic related to the topic, and also to provide the concrete ideas regarding the topic for discussion. And it is also useful to promote critical thinking, and it gives the students it gives the students to compare with the different methods of different methods of lecture usually gives the less emphasis to critical thinking. Critical thinking can be encouraged through incorporating challenging questions throughout the lecture. Throughout the lecture method, she has to promote the critical thinking in the, or she has to give chance to the students to think in a critical manner about the content or about the topic. And now these are all the advantages of the lecture method. And now we will see the psychological principles leading to the effective lecture. What are the psychological principles are behind of lecture effective lecture method? In that, the delivering of lecture should be in active mode. The lecture method should be in the active mode. That means the teacher should be very active while delivering the lecture. The lecture should think from the point of view of the students. That means she has to the teacher should think from the student's point of view, not from the point of herself. And the lecture should present subject matter in a systemic way. And while presenting the lecture also, it should be in a systemic way she has to present the lecture. That means according to the systematic manner. For example, if you take if you take disease condition, first she has to say the definition of the definition and pathophysiology. After that, clinical manifestations. Then what are the investigations which are used for the which are used in the disease condition, and what type of the treatments are involved in that. What type of treatments are used in the for the disease condition. Everything should be formulated in a systematic way, and then she has to deliver the lecture. And the lecture should use the language which is easily understand to the each student. And it is the lecture also the teachers the teacher's method of language also will be very useful to the student. And the lecture should ensure continuous attention and reflection by the learners by posing challenging situations or questions. And this lecture also should provide continuous attention. How a teacher will gain attention from the students means by in between the lecture method she has to pose some challenging questions to the students, so that their attention levels will be continuous in the classroom. The plan then now we'll see the how the plan should be there for structuring the lecture method. And how she has to deliver the lecture means a lecture has three parts. In what are the contents will be there in the lecture method: introduction part, then body of the content or text, and closure or conclusion of the lecture. Coming to the introduction to the lecture, how the teacher should introduce the topic means first she has to introduce from general to the specific. Then only then why general to specific means so that students can think then what is the next topic to be taught by the teacher. The teacher should establish good rapport with the students. Establishing friendly communication provides a positive learning so that students feel comfortable is important. While giving the lecture, also the teacher should establish good rapport. That means good communication must be there between the teacher and the students, so that students will feel very comfortable during the classroom. In the first meeting with the student, the teacher first of all she has to introduce herself and what type and what type of topic she's introducing like she's giving in the lecture. Everything she has to explain before going into the content. And teacher should assess the students pre-existing knowledge before entering into the topic. The teacher should assess the pre-existing knowledge of the students. That means what type of how much the knowledge, how much knowledge the students has uh, regarding that particular content. Everything she has to assess prior to the lecture. The teacher should clarify the objectives and the purposes of a lecture before going into the topic, and she has to clarify the objectives and purposes of lecture, how she is, why she is giving that lecture, everything she has to explain to the students. And coming to the body of the lecture, what are then what type of body is included in the lecture means the text, the content. The body of the lecture covers the content in an organized way. Organized way of content must be very important while delivering the lecture for the students. And relatively passive participation also must be needed for the students. The teacher use questions to answers techniques to keep the students attentive in the classroom. And meanwhile in the lecture method, the in between the class, the teacher should ask the questions from the students so that she can gain some attention from the students, continuous attention. The teacher generally uses various examples and situations to understand the concept of the topic. And conclusion for the next conclusion or closure of the lecture. Then how the teacher should close the lecture means before closing the lecture she has to summarize the content. She has to summarize the topic, what and all she has discussed before, by asking the questions or any for any discussion method she can follow while summarizing the class. Factors in planning the lecture. There are some factors while planning the lecture. First, there are three types of factors are there: learners factors, then student, teachers factors, and environmental factors. These factors will influence the effective lecture method. Then under that, first one is the learner factors. The learner factors means these are related to the students. Under that, first one is the capacity and ability. The content must be according to the capacities and abilities of the students. The lecture method should be prolonged. And according to the interest and attitudes of the students, the teacher should uh, continue the lecture. And according to the cognitive levels and precious knowledge of the students also, the lecture method will be based. And the types of programs, according what type of program is there, and what type of for which type of program we are giving the lecture, that also will be included in the learners factors. And teachers then coming to the teachers factors, these are related to the teacher factors. According to the teachers factors, then the knowledge and mastery over the subject matter is also very important while giving lecture to the students. Teaching strategies includes voice gestures, eye contacts, and manners. Then because the teacher voice, the teacher gestures will influence the subject matter to the students. And teacher learner relationship also is very important while giving lecture to the students. Preparation of lecture before presentation. And before presenting the lecture, the teacher should need some preparation before entering into the classroom or before delivering the content to the students. And purpose or reason to be taught. uh, Before starting the class, and the what purpose is included in, and what is the reason for that, for giving the lecture also should be discussed or should be explained to the students. And then the next, environmental factors. These are related to the environment. Then environment is also influence the teaching learning process. That means in the time of day. That means in the morning hours, the students will be very active. Giving lecture in the morning means somehow the students will be very active, and they will receive the total content from the teacher, and the students will be in fresh mood. And duration and lecture time also will is very important. The duration it should not be more than 40 minutes. And because why it should not be more than 40 minutes means it can reduce the absorption and it can reduce the attention power of the students. Continuously listening the lecture also, it will get the bore to the students. So there will not be long, like continuous prolonged lecture must not should it will not be there while presenting the topic. And the use of best suitable audiovisual aids also is very important, and it also influences the attention, and it also gain attention from the students. Best if we are using best suitable AV aids with the examples means it gives very more interest in the students. And also it is useful for the students for the easy way of learning the content or for receiving the content from the teacher. And good lighting facility also must be there. And the fourth one is the psychological factors. The organization of the content must be logical and meaningful, and the sequence should progress from simple to the complex, from concrete to the abstract, and known to the unknown. These are all included in the psychological factors. That means the organization of the content must be very important, and it should be logical, and it should be meaningful, and it should be sequence wise, and it should progress from the simple to complex. If in any content, the content must be from simple to the complex, so that the students will gain more knowledge, or so the students will understand very easily the content. Then coming to the additional hints for a successful lecture include the following. And what are then additional points also must be useful for a successful lecture method. In that, present an outline of the lecture, and presenting how we are presenting the lecture. Because if we are using the blackboard, and on the blackboard if we are writing the outline of the lecture means what are all the topics we have covered and everything, it will be presented on the blackboard, so that the students will be very easy to understand. Then one by one what type of instructions matter, or what type of the discussions must be there. But that and all everything can be easily understandable by the students. And repeat points in several different ways, including with the examples. And the teacher also must repeat the important points to the students, and in different ways, that too including with the examples. Including with the examples, she has to complete the topic. And use short sentences, and the sentences also should be short while giving the lecture to the students, and stress on important points. And the teacher should stress more on the important points, so that that students can easily so that the students can easily understand what are the important points to be keep in mind, and what are the important points we have to learn. Like that they will think. And also this lecture method pass to give listeners time to think and write. And the teacher should give the time for the students to listen and to think and to write while giving the lecture. And the students will follow the lecture notes continuously while writing the lecture notes. It is also very useful for the students to refer after the to study after the class is over. And also it is important for students to learn names and make contact with them during the lecture. And preparation for the lecture is very important. It reduces the stress, frustration, insecurity, and ineffectiveness. Then advantages of the lecture method, and if factual material is presented in a direct logical manner. But then coming to the advantages of the lecture method, it gives a factual information. That means actual facts can be delivered in the lecture method. The why because means the teacher will gain the or gather the information from different books, and it should be presented in a direct way and also in a logical manner, so that the all the factual information only will be provided to the students in this lecture method. And it is also useful for large gathering, and for a large group also the teacher can give the lecture, not only for simple group, for large group also it is very useful, this lecture method. And also it is very cost effective in all the educational institutions and training institutions. Most of the institutions are run by the lecture method, and it is appears to be very highly cost effective because it enables high students, and it is also very quick and easy way of forwarding the information to the students. So then also it gives more control over the students for the teacher, and it is easy to create knowledge than other methods of instruction. This lecture method is very easy to create the knowledge to the students, rather comparing with the other methods of instruction. Familiar method, and the lecture is a method familiar to most teacher because they were taught by the other teachers, because the teachers will also can discuss with other teachers, and they can deliver the lecture. And also it is very time saving method. This lecture method is time saving method. The lesson can be taught in short time as there is no student activity, discussion or demonstration. Then coming to the disadvantages of the lecture method, this is there are also though advantages are there in the lecture method, some disadvantages also are there. Content or subject centered. It plays a little or almost no attention to the needs, interests, and the abilities of the students. Continue going on continuous lecture method means it should not, it will not give the attention, and it will not create interest and abilities of the students. And it is also one sided affair. That means it is a student teacher centered method, and it needs oral skill. Without having the skills, the teacher cannot give lecture to the students, they cannot deliver the topic to the students. She needs prior preparation before giving the lecture, and passive audience, because there is less involvement of the students. There is passive attention must be there from the students side, and it minimizes the feedback from the students. All the students at a time they can't gain knowledge by the lecture method, and it leaves gaps in understanding. Often students may forget the information quickly with the lecture method, and continuously listening means sometimes the students' attention will go will go into another ways or another sides. With this, we have completed the instruction strategies. Under that lecture method, we have completed, and in lecture method, we have seen the what are the advantages of lecture method, and what are the disadvantages of the lecture method, and what are the factors which influence the lecture method, and all we have completed. Thank you, madam.